right, welcome back to another show. Thank you everybody for joining us. Today, we're sitting down with Mike from Fish Hippie. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Tell us about the company.
So the company was established in 2010. We really took off about 2014. So we're distributed predominantly throughout the Southeast and Key West, basically up to New England. We're a waterside brand, and also we do some outdoor apparel as well. It's been the last 2 years, actually, we've seen tremendous growth within our company. Considering the pandemic, it's been pretty amazing to see how much we've grown as a company and the dealer base we've been able to cultivate. And so it's exciting. So
it's really hard to, Dustin and I used to have an apparel company back in the day, and it's a hard company to break through, but it seems like once you get through a certain point, it really picks up.
Absolutely.
And that's some of the growth that you're seeing now, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. We have some of the best salesmen on the team dispersed throughout the U.S., and they're go-getters. And we just hired 4 new reps, layered on, so we're layering on our sales team pretty heavily.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so we're growing. This next year's spring of 2023, we're launching women's, and we're also relaunching our kids line. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Where are you based out of originally?
So we're based out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. So,
nice.
Yep, hometown of Andy Griffith, as some people like to call it.
Yeah.
It's situated beautifully, kind of in the valley, the foothills and the mountains.
Beautiful.
Just beautiful country.
Yeah,
so
beautiful.
yeah.
I'm from Wilkes County.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. So you know.
I've been in Mount Airy many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a cool spot.
Yeah,
it's beautiful out there.
Our CEO, he has a winery and a restaurant there. So we actually started Fish Hippie with wine and grew into an apparel brand later on. So we have a restaurant there, a vineyard, a winery, and so have to definitely come check it out sometime.
Did you guys buy up one of the tobacco fields?
So actually, he lives on his one of his vineyards, and then there's a couple vineyards dispersed more towards the coast. Actually, I want to say it's called Sandy Cross.
Okay.
Yep. So, and that's where a lot of our muscadine wine comes out of. So
muscadine's a true Southern flavor. A lot of people don't know what that is.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So we do several different varietals, of course. I'm not involved as much on the wine side.
Sure.
But we do several, varietals that comes out of his main part of his winery, which he lives on. Of the vineyard. So
awesome. And so you live in Mount Airy, I guess?
So I live in Elkin. It's 35 minutes south of Mount Airy.
Small world, dude.
Yeah.
We know exactly what Elkin is.
You know HG Green General Store in Elkin?
Absolutely.
That's my uncle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then J&B Green in Rhonda.
Okay.
That's my grandpa.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah.
Small world.
So my wife's from there. So I'm originally from Florida, south of Tampa.
Okay.
And so we moved up about 6 years ago. So
it's a nice spot.
I'd been with a previous company in sales, and so Fish Hippie nabbed me up, and so I've been working for them for 3 years. So
that's awesome. And they picked you up to mainly push the product, I guess.
Yep. So I'm the VP of sales for the company. So I handle everything wholesale related, and again, got about 8 sales reps across the U.S. And we have a director of sales that leads them as well. So, but I'm based out of our office in Mount Airy, so I'm there pretty much when I'm not traveling. I'm there pretty much every day.
Awesome. So. What other shows do you guys go to?
So we've done this for. We were invited the first year, so this will be the 3rd year, but with COVID, this is only our 2nd time here. But we do a lot of different shows that are more of like wine driven. So when there's wine festivals, we'll kind of tag along with that as well. This is probably our largest one that we do here at SEWE. So
you guys ever come to was it Food and Wine Week down here?
No, we have not. So
it's a big one.
Yeah,
probably next to this, probably the other biggest show that happens in Charleston.
Right. I'm more favorable to SEWE. I'd much
100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sure, absolutely.
And then of course we have our market shows that we go to. So we just we're finishing up our season where we're selling in fall 22 to our account. So we've been all over the place from Dallas to LA. The LA show is actually today, and so our sales team's been pretty much all over the U.S. getting this next season sold into the accounts. So
that's wild. And which stores are you guys in?
So we are in here in Charleston,
Which is anywhere that anybody wanted to go pick up some gear.
So yeah, so we are in a lot of high-end men's stores across. So again, the Southeast, we're pretty heavily penetrated. So we're in a lot of men's boutique stores. You'll find us in some resorts.
Oh, cool.
Golf club resorts. So you know, we kind of dabble in a little bit of golf apparel as well. And so you'll see us in pretty much, again, men's stores. The biggest department store we're in the immediate Charleston area is Palmetto Moon.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, so we're situated throughout all their department store channels there, and then we're in Dumas Brothers here.
That's a cool shop too.
Yeah. So we got a lot of great opportunity ahead of us too. So we're, like I said, moving full steam ahead, and we're looking forward to another phenomenal year. So.
That's awesome. And if you can hear that, we apologize. They're doing a Coast Guard search and rescue event over there. So that's a
gotcha.
Rotor wash blasting in here.
Right.
So I have to ask, I waited for the podcast, what the name Fish Hippie? There's got to be a story behind it, right?
So there is our CEO, Ben, he's from Mount Airy.
Okay.
And our co-founder, Drew Denny, they were having some wine one night, and they really, you know, they love the outdoors, they love to hunt, fish, you know, etc. And they really, after Ben had developed the wine, they were both talking one night, having a couple bottles of wine, like, I'd really like to do an outdoor apparel brand. And so they love to fish. They liked the hippie, not what your typical hippie, but as far as like the lifestyle, the carefree, nonchalant attitude. In fact, our tagline is drift off course.
Nice.
So it's kind of that approach. So the name kind of just stuck, and every time wherever we go, people are like, we love the name. The name is super cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it came about, honestly. So.
Yeah, I like the name too. It's when I first saw it, I had a vision in the brand, I guess, that I thought it would be.
Right.
And then looking around, it doesn't fit what I thought it would be, but it's more it's like a classy hippie.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and you know, we've continued to evolve. We first started primarily like pretty much all outdoor, and then, you know, we saw an opportunity where we wanted to also represent a water side, you know, type feel as well. So we pretty much cover, you know, from boat to bar, hiking, outdoors, you got it.
I like that.
That's a great title.
So,
I like that a lot.
It's a lot of great performance wear again, and so, you know, and again, we do some golf items as well. So we cover the sportswear channel pretty well. So.
Cool.
What's the future look like for fishing?
So the future, at this point, we have a huge growth plan, and we are meeting it. And again, it's exciting to see how we've managed to navigate through, as we've all, you know, this time of COVID, and it's actually been the best couple years we've actually had. Spring 22 was our best year that we had as a spring season.
Yeah.
The highest bookings we've had in wholesale. So future for Fish Hippie is only going to go up.
Yeah.
So, you know, we are very careful of where we distribute ourselves also.
Yeah.
People are like, well, why aren't you in big department stores? And why don't, you know, well, you know, sometimes that's not always the best thing either. And so we were very careful and selective of where we want to be.
Yeah.
So
I think when people grow an appreciation for a brand, it's not just the quality or the style.
Right.
There's a connection to how that business operates, right? You guys have a very kind of local, grassroots sort of feel to the brand, and that means something to people.
And that's what you just said it perfectly. We want that connection with the consumer.
Yeah.
You know, so we listen a lot when there's, you know, they'll say, well, you know, can you change something in this? And I mean, we listen. Product development, we have the best product development team as well, and they do listen. When something gets launched and it's, you know, something's not working, we'll tweak it, we'll fix it for the next season and make it better. So we're continuing to raise the bar continuously in all aspects of the business, whether it be, again, product development, sales, whatever. So
you guys mentioned that, you mentioned that you guys are going to be reintroducing a kids line and a women's line?
Correct. So we basically right now, our boys line, we do tees, polos, and hats. So we've again with our new team, our new design team, we're relaunching kits. So we're going to be launching swimwear. We're going to be launching rash guards, performance gear.
Cool.
So it's going to be a larger line, more SKUs.
Whenever you guys decide, hey, let's reintroduce a new line, or let's say women specific, like how long does it take from idea to them being available on the store?
It's a good question. So normally, we're already working. We've already have spring 23 done as far as design and everything.
That matches something I heard earlier.
Exactly.
Why I asked, yeah.
And it's getting more with COVID. It's almost like you have to work backwards because of all the lead times that our manufacturers are giving us. So, we try
to get hats made for the show. It's impossible.
You understand.
I totally understand.
Yeah. So we're having to do, we've had to resource. We've had to find other sourcing partners. And so anyways, it's helped, again, this whole thing we've all agreed has helped us work smarter. We're and we're all, trying to just find the most efficient ways we can get the same quality of product, get it here and get it delivered to our customers. So, that's the main key.
How about consistency and having the same, because everybody knows that Richardson 512 and a 5, they all change, and depending on the brand, it changes.
Right.
So having supply chain issues and finding the blanks before you start making your stuff, has that been an issue?
So we've, if not as bad for us. It's mainly in our performance wear, but we've been able to find someone that can match identical, which was great, to our fishing shirts or our sun shirts, etc. Our hats we've stayed with the same guy. So he hasn't, we haven't changed there yet. So we've managed to stay pretty consistent. We haven't had a lot of things out of left field. So as far as changes, so
that's good.
Yeah. So, which is always scary when you're trying to resource and you got your design specs and you got things that you need to be right. Yeah. So, but we've been pretty fortunate. So
excellent.
Yeah. So, and as far as women's goes, it took a lot of time. Reason why we took, whenever you launch another line, it takes a lot of behind the scenes fittings, focus groups, you really want it to marry into the men's line. So you have that same feel, the same everything. So we didn't want it to be preppy. We want it to be waterside ready and stuff you can just wear, jog and yoga, whatever, and still look good and still look, like you're not wearing your pajamas going to the store. Right. So women's initially is going to be a tight SKU, a tight package, and it'll cover pretty much, again, a lot of the men's performance pieces. So, as we continue to grow upon that, we'll continue to add. So
that's one thing I'm not. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how brutal is the feedback you get from a focus group? Are they pretty?
It just depends. Most of the time, the feedback is dead on. The fit's this, and I don't know about that, and so
because I know like when we ask for feedback on stuff, we kind of know where we think the issues are, but we're curious what other people think.
Exactly.
So it's always obviously I've never participated in or used a focus group, but it would be an interesting way to. Do they does a focus group know who the company is, the brand is? Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also we do a dealer survey, so we'll actually have customer service reach out to our dealer base, and we go through our entire dealer base and get feedback from them. And they, and that's how we, hone into our. We really do, like I said, we really do listen. Yeah. There are, bread and butter. They're, our business. So we take all that feedback, give it all to product development, and let them take a look at it. So
very cool.
I have one thing I've noticed about the apparel companies here, and is that you mentioned not being preppy, but kind of like just threading that needle, kind of being in the line with it. That's one thing I've noticed about the market in different places on the East Coast, especially in Charleston. There is that desire for this preppy look.
Right.
And Fish Hippie, one thing I noticed about your gear is it fits well here. That's why I thought you maybe were from here.
Right.
But after you mentioned that, we're not trying to be the.
And because that space is filled, you know what I mean. So we're trying to. Like with a twist, that cool element.
Yeah.
So
it's like preppy for people that don't want to be preppy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, we'll throw out some cool designs and prints and patterns. We're trying to, again, be unique and original. And so that's been our goal, is to really focus on who we are as a brand, really focusing again on that waterside original. That's kind of our new tagline. And again, that's what we want to appeal to the masses, but yet at the same time, our roots being, waterside. So
definitely.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're headed. We want, we know that there's other brands that do preppy well, and we say we want to be the new cool, the new cool guy on the, on the block. So
one thing I've noticed about your vest is I'm a sucker for designs that people won't see. So like that internal color differentiation.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I like stuff like that. I saw someone the other day wearing a shirt, and when you roll the cuff up, there was like a design inside the cuff.
Right.
But things like that, I really pay attention to, and that's one of the reasons when I saw you, I was like, I want to talk to this guy because I like. I liked the setup. I liked the things that you have going on, and to be a clothing vendor at SEWE, that's pretty important. That's a pretty special thing.
Well,
There's not a lot.
It's hard because they don't let a lot of people.
Yeah, no. When we were invited, we were very fortunate to have them invite us. They wanted us here, and so we're in
the same boat as They asked us to come, and honestly, we just started this company like a year and a half ago. I would have never, without shelling out a lot of money, there's no way I think we would have.
It's just, I guess when you have something and people notice that it's something special, you tend to get the invitations that you have to pay for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We talked about that yesterday. How it's funny how when we had another company previously, and it's like we definitely would have been having to pay a lot of money to be at this show.
Right.
And then with this one, it's special enough, it's unique. And people are like, hey, I don't know what that is exactly, but we want it over here.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Fish Hippie has a lot of the same stuff.
Right. So how are you guys doing well this weekend?
We're doing extremely well. When you start running out of goods only on the second day, we brought a trailer full of stuff, so we keep replenishing the floor. So it's definitely good to see, the response.
Sorry about the chair.
The response, to the product. Returning customers. We look forward to seeing you every year. So it's cool for those that we're in a little over 580 retailers across the U.S. So.
Awesome.
And we are our new sales rep out in California. Again, his show is today, and that's all the people coming to buy the dealer bases on the West Coast. So, so again, we're growing. It's the first time we've hired somebody out there, and he's getting into some great locations and so some really great spots.
So you guys are available online as well?
We are, fishhippie.com.
Is that how it took off during COVID? Everybody was at home?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we could not keep T-shirts in stock, especially. That was like T-shirts and hats and loungewear. It was really interesting, too, because there was another retailer that said they were running out of tops. I think that's right. So, it was interesting. The tops were selling more than the bottoms, and another retailer, I was saying the same thing. Well, people were on Zoom, so they just had to throw on a shirt.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
So that was exactly why, So anyways,
that's kind of the same thing with us. With COVID, we launched kind of like at the right time, and everybody's used to going to a bar, and one of our main products is a cocktail smoker. So now you're stuck at home, and you still want to have an old fashioned, and it just good idea at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. So awesome. So that was interesting. So, but we took off, immediately when our state shut down and our county, it was just like, our sales, that day, people are at home and all, getting bored. And so the sales were especially good. So.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we don't want to hold too much of your time.
I appreciate it, guys.
Tell everybody how they can find you and how they can get your stuff.
Absolutely. So fishhippie.com. For those that are local here in Charleston, again, we're in Palmetto Moon. We're in Dumas Retailers. And then, of course, you can look us up on the locator chart on fishhippie.com. Type in your city, and a location, the nearest location will pop up.
Awesome.
So,
perfect.
Absolutely.
Great.
So,
well, thank you, Mike.
Guys,
we appreciate
it.
taking the time.
Absolutely. You got it.
Cool. Thanks.
Good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it.